Nursery is a place where you are growing seedling for production. And also we have different type of nursery, but I can just explain two type of nursery for you. One, we have permanent nursery and temporary nursery. For permanent nursery is the place where you put it as a permanent site for nursery, and temporary nursery is the place that you are doing your nursery for some period of time. And when you are talking about this agroforestry, this is a nursery for agroforestry. This is a grassroots for foundation of agroforestry. It's a grassroots for agroforestry. If we not have nursery, we not have agroforestry. That's why here is a grassroots foundation of the agroforestry. You start from the nursery to the field. That's where we are getting agroforestry.
This MBS 3 model is one of the MBS that we have. This MBS 3 is situated to be pasture land. Here we demonstrate how a farmer will incorporate grasses in feeding his livestock. We incorporated it into a 1 hectare of a land with 17 different grasses. In each 4.8 we have planted different grasses. As you can see, this one is for pasture and this one is the same MBS, but it's made for cereals production. You can see typical example. This one is for human consumption, while this one is for animal consumption.
I'm the supervisor of the MBS2 vegetable production. Here is the MBS model 2. We are into vegetable here, and being into vegetable, here you can see that we have the carrot row, and the carrots here we also have the Italian spinach. We have onions here as well. To tell you that within this 4.8 here, which you have 4 beds, you can also grow your carrot and your vegetable very well. And on this point, you also have your trees here. This one is called a 3 row. The 3 row here, you can have your eucalyptus, you can have your banana, you can have your papaya, you can also have your fruit, which is the pomegranate, and on below you can also have things like the sweet potato. And this does not deprive each other from yielding well. It all come out very well, which you can see there. You have your turmeric, and between this we also have our marigold, which fights against the attacks of pest disease in the plant.
You are welcome to forest model. Here is forest. We planted forest as man-made forest, and we planted trees for wood and for fodders. Then after a year, the trees are doing well. Then we plant inside the trees. We have gracidia, and we have a lot of trees. Gracidia is for that's nitrogen fixation. Then after a year, we decided to experiment with these crops. So that's why we grow all these crops you see here: pepper, soya beans, melon, cassava, and so on. So everything here is perfectly doing well.
So this year we have decided to integrate some stable crops, because a lot of farmers have been asking in a shaded environment, because this agroforestry system that we have established, in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years, the canopy will cover every. So how will a farmer survive? So that brought the idea of this experiment. Let's experiment and see the effects of shade on some of these arable crops that we are growing. So we are still doing data collection on this project.
I'm the farm manager 2 MBS model. MBS is modified Brazilian system. We have 2 segments here, 2 systems here. We have the early and the tree crop. The early is the 4.8, and the tree line is where we have the eucalyptus, banana, mahogany. That's for the timber. Then the 4.8, that's where we have our early crop, the maize, soybeans, we have sorghum, we have rice, we have millet, we have bambara nut, we have cassava for the early cropping. We have different planting patterns and different plant combinations. If you check by here now, you see soybeans and maize. If you go up there, you see groundnut and millet. You see green gram, cassava, millet and bambara nut in the other pattern there.
Here is the veterinary system, and in the veterinary system we have many plants in the farm, 100 by 100 meter, and we can see that in 180 square meter of land, a farmer can be able to plant 42 species, and in plant population a farmer can be able to plant a minimum of 512 plants in an 80 square meter of the land. It helps a farmer to have a year-round harvest.
And the veterinary system is divided in 4 blocks. We're having block A, block B, block C and D. So each of the block, we're having banana, plantain, which is the fruit tree, which are based in the fruit tree lines. Having banana, plantain, mango, having cashew, orange, guava and so on. And also having some grasses like the napier grass, which helps in storing as a storage to for plants in terms of dry season, which help the plants and serve as a biomaterial and nitrogen to the soil.
Ina aiki a ƙarƙashin wannan MBS 2 din ne. Ina aiki a plantain da banana. Lokacin zan fara aiki a kan banana din, akan yadda ake shuka shi da saurayin da ake tafiyar da shi, ake gyara shi. Da yadda ake fara shuka banana din, da farko zan tona ramin tukuna, azin kamar ramin din zai zurfi kamar 50 cm, faɗin shi 40 cm. Sannan in na gama zan iya kawo takin sa ciki, in fulin nashi, sannan in yi mixing, in gyaggyara shi yadda zai cika, sannan in mixing nashi. In na gama sannan ka ayaba in shuka, sannan in abun nan nashi. Domin wasu ba su damuwa da kaman in ayaban za a shuka shi ba su damu da zurfin ramin ba, saboda ba san me yake ba da fa'ida ba. Idan ka tora ramin ya zurfi, azin ka shuka banana din ko plantain, nan da idan bai zurfi ba, nan da shekara ɗaya zuwa shekara ɗaya za ga idan ya fara tasowa, za ga kamar tushen yana waje.
Mun buga amfanin gonarmu ya dawo, muna kawo kashin shanu mu kone shi da ganyen min tokan shi, sai mu hada mu zo mu yi misin a cikin iri, kuma muna ije shi har shekarar ya kewaye ba zai yi komai ba. Muna shuki mu a nan ba mu sa shi kemika ba.
One of the major problems that every farmer encounters is the source of seed. Without seed, a farmer cannot produce anything. And without seed, there will be food insecurity in the country. So in this agroforestry project, our aim is to establish a seed bank whereby we preserve our seed in a way that we can be able to use it for the next season. For example, most farmers during the planting season, they will utilize all their seeds for the production that at the end of the production, due to the quality of the seeds, they will not be able to store it. They will take all their seeds to the market. While here, what we are doing is that during the production, our method of production, we don't use synthetic fertilizer to produce our crops, it will reduce the cost of production for a farmer. So a farmer can easily save his or her seeds for the next planting season without depending on a seed company or a seed industry.
I'm an entomologist and I'm the one in charge of the beekeeping sub-project here on the farm. The objective, or what our role basically is here, is to help pollinate most of the plants you see here. Practically 80+% of all the plants that are here are flowering plants. And because of the practice of agriculture generally across the country, there are fewer pollinators in the wild. So what we have done is to incorporate beekeeping into the whole agroforestry venture so that we can pollinate the crops that are being planted. That is the first objective. The second objective, of course, is to be able to harvest the honey and the other 5 hive produce for sale. Of course, honey is the second most adulterated food after olive oil, and so people have the desire to get the original stuff from wherever it is they can find it. And so one of the objectives of the farm is also to take advantage of that gap in the market for honey to be able to produce high quality honey that meets our global standard.
To take care of your animals, the cow dung, you can use them in a place where there is no nutrient. You can use the cow dung to approve it, and you can prepare your GVM roots to apply it in farm.